Some stories are so strange, so impossible, that they never make it into the history books. They're passed quietly, whispered in dark corners of barracks, shared over candlelight, half in disbelief, half in fear. This is one of them. The year was 1915. The trenches of France were soaked in blood and rain, and Private Thomas Wainwright was officially dead, until he wasn't. Thomas Wainwright was 22, born in the small Yorkshire town of Ripon. He worked at a mill, played the violin, and enlisted the very first week war was declared. His letters home were brief, often smudged with mud and fear, but they always ended the same way. Don't worry about me, I'll be home before Christmas. In March 1915, Wainwright's unit was sent to Luz. A midnight raid was planned, short, brutal, and risky. He was seen sprinting across no man's land, rifle in hand, a flare lighting the barbed wire like jagged silver. Then nothing, machine gun fire, screams, then silence. At dawn, the unit retreated, and Wainwright was gone. No body, no helmet, no trace. The field report read, presumed killed, no remains recovered. His name was added to the casualty board. A telegram was sent to his mother. She collapsed while holding the envelope. In Ripon, a service was held. A local mason carved his name into stone. Thomas Wainwright was dead. That was certain, until the day he came back. 23 days later, a man in tattered uniform staggered into the British camp at Etaples. He was gaunt, shaking, barely able to stand. Two guards raised rifles, then lowered them in shock. It was Wainwright, the same face, same dog tags, same scar on his hand from a childhood fall. He said he'd been captured by Germans, taken to a makeshift holding camp, and escaped during a storm, but something was off. There were no German camps in that area, no reports of escaped prisoners, and Wainwright had no wounds, no marks of restraint, nothing but dirt and silence. Still, they welcomed him. They called it a miracle. His mother fainted again, this time from joy. His name was crossed off the memorial, and he was reassigned to a different unit. But that's when the real story began. Wainwright wasn't the same. He barely spoke, didn't laugh, didn't write home. He stared too long at nothing. He flinched at things no one else could see. His tent mates swore Wainwright would wake up screaming in a language no one understood. Once, a soldier saw him digging in the ground bare hands. At night, whispering numbers, he slept with his boots on. Always. One night, a junior officer caught him standing by the edge of the woods, talking to no one. When asked what he was doing, Wainwright replied, "Listening. They're not done with me yet." In May 1915, military intelligence arrived. Two men in dark uniforms, no insignias, no names. They questioned Wainwright for hours, then loaded him into a truck, destination unknown. His unit never saw him again. No transfer records, no follow-ups. It was as if Thomas Wainwright had vanished a second time. But decades later, a historian named Edith Mallory, while researching psychological warfare, found a memo. Wainwright reassigned to Section 9, permanent status, signed by a general who died 6 months before the memo was written. Dr. Mallory dug deeper. She found fragments, a blurred photo from 1943, showing an intelligence unit during World War II. One man in the back, silent, watching. He looked exactly like Wainwright, aged, but unmistakable. Another record surfaced. A report of a British operative embedded in Soviet lines, 1956. No name, just the codename, Echo, in the margins, unkillable. Avoid direct contact, initials, TW, and finally, a private letter, never sent, found in a forgotten file drawer. I do not sleep anymore, I do not dream, I do not belong to time. They said I was chosen, but I think I was cursed. If you're reading this, burn it, and forget my name, TW. So what happened to Thomas Wainwright? Did he die and return? Did war break his mind, or open a door to something else? Some say he was used in experiments, others say he never died in the first place, that he was recruited for a secret war the world will never read about. But every so often, a soldier stationed somewhere remote writes home about a strange man who never eats, never sleeps, and knows far too much about the dead. They call him different names, but always with the same description: pale, silent, watching, as if he's waiting for something, a ghost, a myth, or a soldier who simply refused to die.